Hi, how are you doing? I'm Katie. I'm a drama therapist, supervisor and trainer, and I've hopped onto Zoom today. We've got some relatively newish functions, and that's filters, which I thought we could have a look at to see how we might be able to use them creatively within the therapeutic or therapy space. So I'm going to guide you through where they are, and then we can have a think about how we might use them creatively to help set the space within a creative or therapeutic session. What we're going to do is we're going to click on the sign that says stop video. That's at the bottom of your screen. There's an arrow poking upwards. If you click on the arrow, then you'll get a drop down box of choices, and the fourth one down now says underneath choose virtual background, we now have choose video filters. So I'm going to share my screen with you and I'm going to bring up the filters. So here we can see we've got lots of different choices. So on the top row, and I'll just click through them so you can kind of see what's happening. So this top one, it changes the tone, the colouring. It's a bit like I guess like a lighting gel in theatre, if we were going to put that over to a metaphor. And we've got ever so slightly, there are not a massive difference, but you can see we've got the black and white one, and we've also got this reminds me of being in a Western. So we're changing the tone, which can help transport us into a different time and a different place. And then we've got this one as well, so the colours are slightly different, so it changes the perspective, gets the creative imagination going, helps us to step into a different world. So these could be used in many different ways. You could use these at the beginning to move from the everyday world into the therapy or therapeutic space by changing the colour of the screen and then changing it back again at the end. Or, you know, if you were playing around with different genres or creating a story or setting a scene, we could use these different filters, give choice to the client so they could choose the filters, and this could help set the scene so it is in another time and another place and held within a metaphor. Below this, we have some frames, and I really like these. So we have, I think this is, I'm going to sit up a bit. So this is a cinema, but it could also be a theatre. So we have the containment of the box, a bit like a proscenium arch. So this can be very useful for working with material that might need an extra layer of feeling contained and held, but also we can use this projectively as well. So it might be that the client instructs you to act out a scene, or you could do a puppet show. I'm just using found objects that were randomly on my desktop, or the client might want to act something out here, but we've got it nice and contained and within the metaphor of a cinema or the theatre. And if we just go through, we can see we've got an old-fashioned, I think this is a TV, we've got a video camera, a photo album, so we could do the classic holding different poses. Could work with feelings here, could work with different themes, could work with different characters, their families, their family portrait, anything like that. There's a number of things that we could creatively think of and ways of working with this photo album. Got another old-fashioned television, a picture, could be a mirror as well, I suppose, an emoji frame. And then we're going to move into the filters. So these are like Snapchat filters, and what I quite like about these is some of the Snapchat filters and the Facebook filters can be quite, I think, over-exaggerate features, sometimes in an unhealthy way or a sexualized way. So the ones that we've got at the moment on Zoom I don't feel that they do that, and there's a sense of play. And what I like about this is these can be used as an extra resource. So if your client doesn't have props at home or appropriate objects that could be used when you're working online with them, we've already got some resources here. So these, we could see them as props or costumes that would help clients to create a story or get into character, or set you as the character and put you into character. So I'll just go through these. I like playing with these. So we've got the classic shades, and then we've got I don't know what that is. It's like a little, what does it say? Happy sprout. I am a happy sprout. And we just go through and we can see we've got a wide range. Some of them are quite random, but there's a part of me that quite likes that. And I think also, again, it helps stimulate the imagination and helps create that bridge to moving into the imagination. So the next two filters that we've got, I thought would be quite useful if you've been working with a client online, perhaps a child, and you might be starting that transition working face to face again. And thinking about the pandemic and the use of face masks, this might be a good way to kind of play with that idea and rehearsing the idea of what might it be like if we meet together again and we're wearing face masks. Because for some people, face masks will have to be worn in the therapy space. And of course, you have to go with the guidelines at the time and what you and your client needs. So this could be one way of rehearsing this and injecting in a little bit of play. So we've got this one, which actually is more of a, I think this is like a DIY face mask, but you do see some people walking around with them, but you could play with this, you know, ooh, what's it like for us to both see one another like this? And oh, you can't see my mouth moving anymore. And what emotion am I doing now? Guess the emotion. And you could play with it like that, as well as just generally seeing what it might be like to have a face mask on your face for each other. And then we've got the surgical mask, which is more likely the lines that people might go down if you're going to have to wear masks, or with, you know, you can get the cotton ones with different animal prints and stuff like that on. So I think this is a really good opportunity to have a resource here, which we can work with without actually placing this on our face, but getting used to what this might be like. What might it be like for us to meet together with a face mask on? And then of course we can take it off like that. So lots of opportunity there. And then we've got some other characters. We're moving into different animals here. And then we've got some hats. Quite like that one actually. And then I think this is my favourite. Again, this means we've got resources, we've got props, they're already here, they're already on here. Burglar. Pirate there again, this is one of my favourites. So we've got some more shadow side props going on here. And then we've just got some random glasses things and some flowers. And some butterflies on my cheeks. Why not? So as you can see, it's not the biggest range in the world. This is the first time they've had them. I think you can download different filters as an app that can then be linked up with Zoom, so you can have a wider range. You will need to check in your settings where this is. I'm just going to stop sharing this. I'm going to come out of this. You will, I've still got that on, I'll keep them on to the end. So you will need to check in your settings that you've got this function turned on, and you can find tutorials, easy tutorials that will show you how to do that online, either via Zoom or via YouTube. And also, if the client wants to work with this, they would need to have their settings turned on for this as well. But there we go. We've got another function that could be incredibly useful when we're working creatively online and help to stimulate the imagination, help us rehearse through potential things that might happen in the future. Could be a way for stepping in and out of the space, so moving from the everyday, the home life, into the therapeutic space and back again. And also we've got props, we've got setting the scene, we've got creating a bridge to the imagination, we've got that sense of play as well, and also a sense of connection, because we've both got them. It's a point that we both connect on. You've got the same functions that I've got. There you go. just thought I'd show you them today, see what happens. It would be great to hear from anybody if you do start using the filters function, and if you come up with some ideas or you've got any inspirations from this, it would be really good to hear from you. So look forward to seeing you all again soon at some point, and I'll update you if we have any more updates on Zoom. Goodbye for now, and I'll see you all soon. See you later.